This update is titled the Bloodlines update and features the quite a big change, which is Bloodlines, but it also has a lot of other smaller changes that have been introduced that will help shape the game further, and we also have a massive amount of bug fixes that have gone in. Bloodlines was something we've wanted to introduce into the game since the beginning.
At the moment in Sheltered, you start off with the 4 family members, and once they're dead, that's it. And it's quite harsh and realistic, but we always wanted it to kind of be that way.
This feature allows them to replace those lost family members.
Each new family member is kind of an extra life, because it allows you to play the game for longer.
New family members will be found through a specific quest in the game.
So you go out into the wasteland, you might talk with someone and they might give you a clue as to where a family member is. This family member should have been with you going into the bunker, but for whatever reason they got detached before the event in the wasteland.
Like your normal starting family, they're there for good. They won't leave if you're not treating them right. They'll be able to be used just as the normal family members are.
They don't have a loyalty system. They're just immediately part of your family, which is excellent. We kind of like the idea of leaving it to the player to come up with their own backstory for the character. The player can choose in their own minds what relationship that family member has to the rest of the core family unit.
It's a feature that was very much needed by the community to allow them to not lose their playthroughs that they've been playing for hundreds of hours. As part of this update, we have got a few other features that we've included.
One of the main ones is weapon descriptions. In the inventory, you'll be able to see how much damage a weapon does, how much strength is required to actually wield the weapon, which is quite an important thing that we left out that the community felt they needed. So we never really sort of released information about, what the different weapon types do, what their damage is. So yeah, it was quite an important thing to add in. There are 4 new quests.
We've got the Sickness, the Doll, Arms Dealer, and On the Road Again. On the Road Again is probably the most important one of those, as it allows the player to get their lost RVs back.
We realised that if you take the RV on an expedition, there is a chance that you can lose it. People spend so long actually building up the RV to go out there, and to just lose it in one sort of encounter in the wasteland is unforgivable. This is something that players have wanted for ages.
We've made a small graphical change to the shelter. We've added a layer of bedrock to the bottom of the shelter, and this is purely just to inform the player that that's as far as they can go in expanding their shelter. It also just rounds the shelter imagery off, which makes it look really nice. Another change we've made is we have removed the second state of catatonia from the game. The current method is that the characters can go catatonic. If they go catatonic a second time, they're in a permanent state of catatonia. We've removed this now, and instead, if they go catatonic for a second time, they'll just leave the shelter. They'll just get up and leave.
So it's quite important to keep their stress levels down. As with every update, we're always bug fixing, but this time we've kind of knocked it out of the park.
We have over 130 bug fixes for this update, and we feel that this is the biggest and best update for bug fixing ever. We fixed an issue with intruders becoming stuck during a breach.
Added a backing panel to the continue button on the game over screen.
Factions now spawn in set orders, so you have scalpers, matriarchs, marauders, then the corpse.
Change the amount of meat gained from harvesting pets.
Fix the good shower, efficient shower, luxury shower, good toilet, so they display correctly and become transparent when rearranging.
Change the map cursor when using a controller.
Snake can no longer kill an expedition party member if they are leaving, causing the expedition party to become stuck.
Change the map waypoint flag size.
Defend animation no longer plays twice in a combat.
Characters no longer appear incorrectly on ladders if the game is save loaded when multiple characters are queued up in the use of a ladder.
You get the idea.
You can find the rest on Steam. There's plenty more. We've all had so much fun over the last year making this game. The community's been brilliant, early access has been great for us, the balancing that we've done over the last few months with the community's help has been amazing.
We're getting much closer to being fully complete with the game now. We're getting to a point where we're really happy with how it plays.
If you want to give Sheltered a try, you can play it now on Steam Early Access or the Xbox One preview program. Go and give it a try.